Wagwan guys, what's going down? So we got some news in the blogs right now involving Nicki Minaj, Chika, Sukiana, Amber Rose, and some more names right now that I can't recall. But a lot of these women took to social media because, you know what, mainly involving Latto and Nicki Minaj. Now, first off, I'm gonna say this: both of them are, beautiful young ladies. I believe Latto was really a superstar talent early on because I believe she was casted it in one of these like hip hop TV show roles. Now, I remember, watching some of that stuff with my aunt because she would always watch that type of stuff. I think one was like produced by Jermaine Dupri, or he just starred in it, and like I was watching that stuff, and it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. But anywho, she was in one of the seasons, and Latto's not a bad looking lady, right? She's still coming into her own stardom hood, right? And like she's already made it. She's on the charts, you know what I'm saying? She's known, so she's made it, but she wants to keep moving. You know what I'm saying? And a whole argument came up. You know what? If you hear a beep, that's my smoke alarm. I was making some food and it started beeping, so I took it out. So if you hear it, I bought new batteries, but I just took it out because like it was going off too much when I was cooking. Anywho, the reason they was getting into it was because Latto had messaged her, Nicki Minaj, via DM IG, you know what I'm saying? Hopped in her DMs, and it wasn't like she was just pandering her, you know what I'm saying? It almost looked like Nicki Minaj was kind of like leading her on, but like really, if you look at it, she's letting her down softly. Basically like saying like, yeah, I was gonna hop on that one, but maybe another track, or you know what I'm saying, just stuff like that, or she didn't have time, or she wanted to get on it but couldn't, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, like, where you can kind of take the hint. But Latto really wasn't trying to take the hit, and it was just like you got all this popularity and you was just on like this year, it feel like, you know what I'm saying, your song was #1 popping hard when Quavo X, I forgot her name, Sweetie, when she was popping. I remember both of their songs was kind of popping at the same time, but she didn't want to take that letdown, so she was like, you know what I'm saying, she was kind of getting rough in the DMs, it felt like. And then finally she came out and basically like subtweeted Nicki, you know what I'm saying, basically like calling it out and calling her old and washed up, and you know what I'm saying, it was just like, dang, so that's how you feel? Like, I get it, you know what I'm saying, but like, let's just be honest, you know what I'm saying, you gotta respect the ones who laid the groundwork before you. You have to. You can't act like Nicki Minaj is not out here getting it and has been getting it. I don't care how you feel, and that's what time it is. And right now, what it is, and the game that Latto played was like, basically, I'ma pull you out your shell, or whatever type of comfort you feel like. Forget how I look. I know I'm crazy, so it don't matter if I look crazy. I already know I'm looking crazy, but I'm gonna get you, Nicki Minaj, you know what I'm saying, who got the barbs, and you know what I'm saying, who's doing all her thing, and who's big. I'm gonna get you out your shell, and I'm gonna have a confrontation with you, just so I'm gonna get some publicity. I don't care if it's not a feature from you. I'm gonna get some type of feature involving you, even if it's like a, you know what I'm saying, a cyber argument. And she got that, you know what I'm saying, and she made herself look silly. To be truthfully, she looks silly. Yeah, she's still popping and she got her thing going on, but that's just a bad move on my part. And to be honest, like I say, both of the women look good, but like you know what I'm saying, and both of them doing their thing, but like sonically speaking, like, is it even a match? Nicki Minaj got it, you know what I'm saying, like on the rap game and on the vocals. And like, just, you know what I'm saying, I'm just being honest. She's talking about like she's old and washed up. I'ma just be real, man. It's Nicki Minaj all day. If we, you know what I'm saying, just for me personally. For other guys, I know some guys out there that's gonna be like, nah, I'm rolling with Latto. And I get that, because they more, you know what I'm saying, maybe, you know, they feel more of that street type, you know what I'm saying, more of a raunchy street tomboyish, but can still clean up and do her thing. And they, you know what I'm saying, people dig that. But I'm rocking with Nicki Minaj, straight up. I'm rocking with Nicki, you feel me? And the YMCMB, you feel me? That's who I'm rocking with. You know what I'm saying? She's already tied into Drake. She got that stamped off, and that was in my era, you feel me? But you know what I'm saying? And basically what happened was people jumped in, you know what I'm saying, and was talking. And basically NLE Chopper, you already know he's a jokester. You already see how he was joking with Vlad. You got, man, listen to me. This is a whole different era of rappers, and you gotta respect that too. You gotta respect the ones coming up too. You can't dog them out like that. That's just being real talk. And so with me, I take what they say with a grain of salt. I try not to, you know what I'm saying, stomp on, rain on their parade or whatever. But her movement is still running strong. She's running laps, you feel me? She's running laps right now. And she's eating off that. And people are mad because her plate is looking good. But you had NLE Chopper come out, and he was basically saying basically a subtweet, basically saying like, yeah, you gotta respect the young rappers and you know what I'm saying, type stuff like that. Basically saying like, you know, I vow when I become an OG, you know what I'm saying, in this music industry, basically, I'm never gonna hate on the upcoming artists and stuff like that. Now, I agree with that. That was very wise words though. Even though he, like, that's the wrong time to say it. Like, you think nobody gonna pull you on your car, like, and really people could be thinking like that because people are so young. But really, you got to know who you dealing with, because some people will do that and expect you not to say nothing. You know what I'm saying? And that's just being real, you feel me? And that's how the game is going. It's just ridiculous at this point in time. And so his car got pulled on that note. But you know what I'm saying, you had a lot of stuff going on. I kind of wait to see like everybody, like see what everybody had to say, really, because it was just a lot of stuff popping off at this time. And so Chica, you know what I'm saying, this girl Chica, she hopped in, you feel me, basically trying to pick sides, you feel me? And she was kind of like jumping, you know what I'm saying, she was jumping on Nicki. She did some low blows to Nicki, talking about her husband and all, and that was already a very controversial topic. It was soup, you know what I'm saying, with just that whole decision, and it's real complicated, and it's perplexing. You know what I'm saying? It's real. That's one of those situations where you don't even, if you know better, you do better, and you don't even try to play with stuff like that and other people's business. She talking about all this other stuff and don't know one single fact. Well, I'm not saying a fact, but she really don't know what's going on. Okay? It's, you know what I'm saying, she really don't know what's going on. Maybe she I think she do know some facts, you feel me? But she really didn't know the reasons, you know what I'm saying, reasons behind things. But she just came out and she just like jumped out with it, you feel me, out the window type stuff. And you know what I'm saying, it looked like she got tuned up to a certain degree, you know what I'm saying, because that's like a landmine feel. Like when situations like that happen, that's real hush hush, and it just like keep going on, you know what I'm saying, like really ain't nothing really just pop off, but you steady egging it on and talk about it, you the one who hurt, your feelings is hurt. You know what I'm saying? You the only dog hollering. That mean you the one that got hit. You know what I'm saying? With the rock out the pack. You feel me? And so it seemed like she got tuned up to a certain degree, but Sukiana, yeah, is that her name? Yeah, Sukiana. she basically tuned her up too, because she had some, you know what I'm saying, they had some type of ongoing beef. So she hopped in there, you know what I'm saying, and basically was trying to put her back, you know what I'm saying, put her in her place, so to speak, and trying to show her, you know what I'm saying, that she's not that type of person to be coming out the woodwork on people like that. You know what I'm saying, to a certain degree, and kind of doing that. She claps back and she's like, the only thing you're gonna do is call me, you know what I'm saying, overweight and this, that, and the other cat, because, you know what I'm saying, you know, just talk about her, how she looks. But when Chica, this is the thing, when Chica feel like she want to talk about somebody, you can't tell her nothing. And you have to watch that. That was the thing. Nicki Minaj said, watch the patterns on this. Just watch, you know what I'm saying? You're going to see a pattern. And that's the thing. Some people can dish it out, but they just can't take it. And you have to be, dude, that's one of those things that you have to be aware of. People love to criticize and talk junk, talk smack, but by the time you say something to them, it's a no-go. It's a no-go. And see, my thing is, see, with this, like right here, what I'm doing with this mic, it's, you know, it's a narrating. I'm narrating. I'm giving a perspective. I'm never really just I'm not calling nobody out their name. I'm not cursing. That's not what I'm doing. So if anybody was to jump in the comment section going crazy, I'm gonna remove the comment. And if I keep seeing the same person jump up, I'm gonna block you, because I'm not being disrespectful. So it's no reason for you to be disrespectful to me. Now, if you want to say something on the topic, I'm more than welcome to read your comment, you know what I'm saying, and think about it, ponder on it, and be like, that's a good point. Or, I may not agree with that, and I'll let it ride. But if you get in the comment section just talking crazy and talking greasy, how does that look? It doesn't make sense. It does not make, and see, this is what I'm saying. This is simply what I'm saying. When people jump in other people's conversation, this had nothing to do with Chica, but you see how she jumped in, and then when Sukihana jumped in after her, getting on her, then it was a problem. It wasn't no problem when she was attacking Nicki Minaj, who she ain't had no beef with. But now, because Nicki Minaj going back and forth with Latto because the beef just got started. But when Sukihana jumped in, who actually had a beef with her, it was a problem. See, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's just stuff like that that I don't get. You know what I'm saying? And then you had, I forgot her name. It was like, let me figure out this chick name right quick. I think it was Peaches or something like that. Let's see. Super Peach. She was on that TV show with Latto, right? If I'm not mistaken. Anyway, she was like a minor, right? She was like 12. I'm not too sure how old Latto was, but Latto ended up beating her up. Okay. Latto ended up putting the hands on her. I'm not too sure how that whole situation transpired, but that's the events that I think took place. Okay. Now, she jumps in defense of Nicki Minaj, because she like, this is, you know what I'm saying, this is normal of Latto. She like, you know what I'm saying, she just tears down people. You know what I'm saying? She's abusive physically and, you know, verbally or whatever. Psychologically, this is what she do. And she was letting the people know, because since everybody was bringing this to online, talking online, you know what I'm saying, and airing it out, she was like, well, let me go ahead and air this out too, because this is what you do. You know what I'm saying? And so she jumps in on it, and I'm like, I'm just, you know what I'm saying, I'm really, you know what I'm saying, I'm really just looking at it because, let me see. Yeah, I'm really just looking at it because it's a trip. You wouldn't really just think Latto this type of a girl, but I seen her interview. I think it was like one of them ATL podcasts, and she, said she on there talking like she just like a hood chick in cars. You know what I'm saying? She, said that's the type of chick she was. She would always be around with her daddy and all this other type stuff. So I'm like, yeah, that interview must have been. She must have not been lying. But Amber Rose also jumped in, and she basically like a sub-tweet video reaction, basically like trying to say, you need to respect your elders, respect the people that came before you. Not saying no names really, but then also saying like it's still not okay to call names and talk about people. And she was hinting to a recent situation where in this argument where Nicki Minaj had said something about Latto, and basically she was like hinting, saying like it's not okay to do that either. She didn't name any of the female rappers, Nicki Minaj or Latto, but she just decided to post a video like NLE Chopper did, talking descriptively like about this incident, but not saying anyone's names. You know what I'm saying? And hey, she could have been talking about something else completely. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It really wasn't brought to light, but it was just very interesting how it lined up with this ongoing feud online that was like everybody was retweeting and spilled over to Instagram. But my thing is this: you gotta respect the people that came before you. They calling Nicki Minaj your grandma or whatever. That's hate. You hating on somebody. Plus you hating on her because she ain't want to get on a song with you. You see how greasy that, like, people will slime you out any type of way, and it's a whole different game. Like, the respect is gone. Like, that's why you have to build with people. Sometimes you just can't build with somebody because they hot. You got to build with somebody who you respect as a person. You have to. Now, maybe they patch this up. Maybe they actually do a song together. You never know how things go in the industry. You know what I'm saying? Because it's really just not them two talking. It's managers. It's you know what I'm saying? It's album release. It's singles. All that stuff got to time up, day-wise. And if Nicki Minaj said she was busy, I believe she was busy. You feel me? She has a lot going on. But my whole thing is this: you gotta respect the people that laid the groundwork. You gotta respect your elders, the people who, you know what I'm saying, came in this game before you and applied pressure and made this game evolve and change and mold and shaped it to where it's a better fit environment for artists coming in like you. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not giving respect, people just, and that's another thing. You gotta, my thing is this: Nicki Minaj, she gotta pull artists up. Yes, I do understand it and agree to that. She got to pull, but she had to pull artists up that got respect, like she want artists to have respect. Because if you just, like, you see how Cardi B running with Glorilla, that's her pulling up artists that she vibe with. You know what I'm saying? That got that, and she gives. They got that certain respect level for each other. If you don't pull nobody up with you, you know what I'm saying, you're not giving nothing back to the game. I understand you doing stuff for your fans and all that, but you have to do something for the game to make it a better place. Just because somebody numbers may not be all the way up like that, and not a lot of people know of them, and they don't have a following yet. Sometimes you need to be that person to pull a rapper up, because you got to lead the game better than you found it, or else you're gonna have people trying to collab with you, really, like the situation you have now, and you have other artists in the game that really don't think like you, and really what it is, it's gonna make you look like a bitter person because you're not working with nobody. And everybody's like, well, nobody's working with Nicki, but how come you want to work with Nicki and you got a beef with her? That don't make sense. These new people do things these days and they got a twist to everything. Everything got a twist to it. You know what I'm saying? It's a trip, and they'll work it just like that. I'm telling you. It's a trip. But hands down, Nicki's bad. Okay, Nicki's a 10. You know what I'm saying? If we look, for, you know what I'm saying, if she's not a 10, she's an 8, right? She sat down with it was Joe Buttons. I don't think it was she talked to Kevin Samuels. You know what I'm saying? She's definitely, you know what I'm saying, that 8 to 9 to 10 category. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. But I'm not on nobody tip. I'm not doing all that craziness. I'm just saying that's crazy how she come out like that. How you come out like that? It don't matter. She don't care. You really don't care. You know what I'm saying? The femininity, I'm not saying that has anything to do with it. Because if you got to go and hunt and bring, you know what I'm saying, and be a lioness and bring and let people know, speak your mind. I respect that. You spoke your mind. You felt like somebody was doing you wrong or this, you spoke your mind. At the end of the day, I respect Latto for that, and I jam her music. So for a lot of people that's talking crazy and all that, you didn't watch the whole video. You didn't listen to the whole video. You didn't listen to this part where I'm saying I respect Latto for what she did. I rock with Latto for what she did. I listen to her music. But I just disagree that how she went about doing it. I think if she would have just sat on that and said, you know what, I'm squashing all this. And maybe if it's not this year, maybe 5 to 10 year plan, I could work out a song with Nicki Minaj. I think that would have been a better fit than this. Straight up. Peace, I'm out.